out the roost. He let out the roost. He let out the roost. He let the beats build, bitch. And we never switch. Even if I'm rich, I'll be broke like I'm Mitch. Niggas talking down, but that's headed in the wrong direction. But I knock that shit out like the boxing section. Cause they can't touch what they can't see. All I gotta do is be the same me. All I gotta do is keep it G. Always be the same me. While I'm solid, boy, they can't change me. No.
What's going on? What's going on, man? We back, man. We live from the boxing section, man. Blake Cletus, salute to my brother for stopping through here, man. Listen, I'm sick as hell, man, but the show must go on, man. It was a great weekend of boxing. Big Tank, salute to my brother. It was a great weekend of boxing, man. So, you know, we gotta talk about it, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, y'all see my icon, man. My boy Maurice Hooker, man. He took the L, but he fought a good fight, man. I think if he didn't hurt his hand, it would have with the 12. You know what I'm saying? Highly anticipated. Salute to my brother, Dave the Real, Hustler Slim. Salute, family, man. Appreciate y'all boys coming through here, man. Beterbiev, he didn't look as good as I thought he would look. Mir, what's going on, big dog? How you feel? Yeah, he didn't look as good as I thought he was gonna look, man. The cat out of the UK, man, looked really good. He controlled that ring, man, the whole fight. But let's talk about this, man. Ortiz is not ready for Bud Crawford. He ain't ready for that smoke, man. Let's just keep it real, man. Ain't no way he ready for that. DB, what's going on, man? Hey, listen, man, I'm gonna need your help tonight, man. I'm gonna need a few of y'all niggas to beam in because your boy barely awake tonight. So I'm gonna need some of my folks to beam in and help your boy out tonight, man. But Virgil Ortiz is not ready for Bud Crawford, man. He struggled with Maurice Hooker. Maurice Hooker, that's his first fight at welterweight, so at 147, he struggled with him. So there's no way in hell he beats Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence Jr. That is not a good look. I think that he deserves a fight. I mean, he earned a fight. Boxing Conversations, Reggie Owens. What's up with it, man? Salute, family. J.A. Dixon, my dog, man. Salute to you, my brother. But I think that he deserves the fight, so he should get the fight. But I don't know if. I know he's not ready for that fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't see him being Jerron Ennis, man. You know what I'm saying? He gets hit way too much, man. And if Maurice Hooker had more power, I think he would have dropped him. You know what I'm saying? Because he stunned him. He shocked him a few times, but he couldn't. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't get the knockdown. But I think that your boy, he got a lot of growing to do. But I do like him as a fighter. He's grown on me. I can't hate on that man at all. So I think that I got to give him a good look. Let me get these bond. Let me get it going real quick, man. I'm gonna get to that Beterbiev though. No, but he's beating better fighters. Better, you know what I'm saying? I know it's probably the layoff and stuff like that, but I think that I think he's beat people better. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was much about the being bad. Dude was fighting game plan. Yeah, but I just think that he could have hurt him a couple more times, man. When he knocked him down, he should have finished him off. Yeah, Reg. He dropped him a few times. He stunned. You know what I'm saying? He rocked him a few times for sure. And I think if he would have, if he had a little more mustard on that, man, he would have get him out of there. But I think that, I think when you say him or Bud, I don't see him beating Bud Crawford. I mean, y'all can tell me what y'all think, but that shit's not gonna happen, man. To be honest with you. But I'm ready for April 10th, man. I'm ready for April 10th. I'm ready for Jerron Ennis to get in there and handle his business. And then we can really do a comparison between him and Virgil Ortiz. But I think Maurice Hooker, given a couple more fights at 147, I think he'll be fine. Will he be world champion again? That's yet to be seen. But I do think that if he was a little more active at 147, I think he probably could have beat Virgil Ortiz. He had a good game plan. Like I said, I love that he's with Bo Mack and them. But yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Tell me what y'all think about the fans booing him, though, man. And his reaction. Nah, man, Hooker didn't quit, man. Hooker ain't quit because he was fighting his ass off, man. He was fighting his ass off, dog. Like even when he was in trouble, he was still throwing hands. You know what I'm saying? Like as soon as the boys got jabbed, he just fell. Like, all right, yeah, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man, Maurice Hooker didn't quit, man. I don't think he quit. But how do y'all feel about his response though? Yeah, yeah. Let me see what we got. D Walk, what's going on, man? What's happening, man? Appreciate you sliding through here, man. Yeah, I'm fucked up right now. I ain't gonna lie to y'all boys, man. I'm sick as hell right now. I've been sick all day. I did an interview this morning. I was sick as hell. I couldn't even remember the questions that I was trying to ask the man. For real. Like, no, yeah, man. Me neither, man. Cause he put everything on the line, man. He put everything on the line, and for them to boo him in his home city was kind of fucked up. And it was like he went crazy tonight, man. And yeah, man, they fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not getting in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Um, they're not separated from their family for weeks at a time. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas ain't sacrificed what these fighters had to sacrifice to get in that ring. And to say that man quit when he clearly could have bounced back, you know what I'm saying, and did some shit, you know what I mean? Um, I think that fight could have went at least 11 to 12 if he don't hurt his hand. You know what I'm saying? But I think that he got into a firefight that he needed to get into, and Bomac told the nigga not to get into it. But you know it is what it is, man. You know niggas got to learn. They got to learn the hard way. You know what I'm saying? Thoughts on Ryan Garcia? I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't think about him at all. I think he's a fucking loser. I think that he's a fucking duck artist. I ain't want to talk about duck artists tonight, man. We're gonna talk about people that fought their ass off, man. Yeah, man. Like Maurice Hooker, man. Like I said, that's my guy. The fuck is this? Yeah, man. We're gonna put boy on timeout, man. Boy tripping. Yeah, we're gonna time you out for a minute, cause you out here tripping, man, in the chat. Hooker messed his hand up to get out. Nah. Hold on, hold on, Hustle Slim. So you saying that he when he hurt his hand, you think he just quit and said fuck it because he don't want to get beat up no more? Nah, that ain't his style, man. That ain't his style. You feel what I'm saying? If he gonna go out, he gonna go out on his shield. They get paid off. They would have seen fighters keep going, broken hands, and Haney fought. Last fight was him, bro. Yeah, but man, everybody's different though, bro. Like everybody pain level is different too. I mean, you can't say just because this dude fought with that injury that he could fight with this injury, because he was still fighting, and then because the guy didn't hit him when he fell. If you notice when he fell, the nigga didn't touch him at all. There was no shots being touched. When he hurt his hand, he fell immediately. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody got touched. If you look at the fight, if you look at that sequence, he never got hit by Ortiz. When he hurt his hand, he fell immediately to the canvas without being touched. So it's not like Ortiz hit him a few times and then he fell. He hurt his hand, then he fell on his own. Ortiz didn't even touch him. Ortiz missed all punches. Okay, you say you did the right thing. Yeah, I feel it. I mean, because it's like this, man. Like, okay, I'm already I'm in a tough fight already. And I hurt my hand, and I can't keep the dude off me as is. Bro, I don't know who these niggas is, bro, or where y'all came from, bro. Y'all gotta relax with this gay shit, though. I'm being honest with you, bro. P Good, what's happening, baby? Salute to you, my brother. Two hands. Yeah, hey, that's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. It wasn't no way. With one hand, he wasn't gonna be able to keep him off with. If he could get off with two, he couldn't come off with one. Yeah, I feel that 100%. Looking for a dumb fight. He dog. Yeah, yeah. Yes and no though, bro. Because once you see, that's the thing about hurting somebody, right? When you hurt a guy, um, when you hurt a guy, it's like when you hurt a guy, you get ready to want to take him out, put him out. You want to put him away. I'm not saying he shouldn't have stopped, but continue, which means he quit. To be honest, he was fighting the wrong fight. I mean, but he was fighting his ass off though, J.A. You know what I'm saying? But what is going on tonight, bro? Like, we got a lot of trolls in here tonight, man. What the hell's going on out here, man? My channel ain't that fucking big. What the hell's going on, man? The hell is this, man? Hey, Reg, man, I need you to beam me in, my brother. For real, for real. Hey, Andrew Charles, my dog, salute to you, my brother. Man, I didn't know that many people can make fake pages, man. This shit is crazy. Anyway, man, I'm gonna let these niggas do whatever they do, man, with all this bullshit they got going on. But y'all tell me though, do y'all think Bud Crawford and Virgil Ortiz should fight, or Sean Porter Virgil Ortiz should fight, or should Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter fight? What's the fight that y'all want to see the most? What's the fight that y'all want to see the most? I think I want to see that Sean Porter Terrence Crawford fight, but I'm not mad about the Virgil Ortiz Terrence Crawford fight, nor am I mad about Sean Porter Virgil Ortiz fight. I think all the fights are good fights, man. That will have my attention. I think Ugas, man, and Errol Spence got to get it on, man. They got to fight. That's the fight niggas want to see, because when that happens, there's nowhere else to go. It has to be Bud. It has to be Errol Spence for that last belt. I'm liking that. Oh, Bud versus Porter. Okay, I like that. Let's see. Boom. Okay. J.A. Dixon came with some heat. Bud versus Porter and Ortiz versus Boots. J.A., who do you got winning that fight? Hey, highly anticipated, man. We're gonna let these niggas live, man. We ain't gonna, we ain't gonna do all that. Okay, before I answer that, I want to shout out Spence for making Price Talk the main topic in the welterweight division. Yeah, man. I just think that we have to have that Ugas Spence fight, because Manny Pacquiao kind of got in the way of that. You know what I mean? Like, say what you want about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, but the person they should be mad about, the person everybody should be mad about, really, is Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is holding up both fighters. You know what I'm saying? Both fighters want to fight the guy. He wants to fight neither. You know what I'm saying? So I think that Manny Pacquiao is the problem in the welterweight division. You know what I'm saying? Instead of fighting the top dogs, he fought Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? But, he fought Keith Thurman off that loss, though. You know what I'm saying? So Ortiz won't be able to take the punches he took from Hooker against Crawford, but got too much pop. Oh, for sure. Let's see. Andrew Charles. All right. Listen, man, this is the thing about it. These fighters, they fight for money. You know what I'm saying? If they don't win, they don't eat. You know what I'm saying? Fighters fight for money. It's called prize fighting. And if I got the leverage, I'm not giving the leverage up. You know what I'm saying? If I feel like I got the leverage, I'm not going to give it up. I think that any of us, if we're in a negotiation with anybody, we're not gonna give up the leverage. I've been in jury stories, right, these last couple weeks, and if the price was just if the price was outrageous in my eyes, I'm walking away. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that. It's like, okay, I got the leverage. You know what I'm saying? I got the money. You know what I'm saying? So I can go wherever I want to buy this. You feel what I'm saying? So if I go in here and I don't like what they got going on, I'm out. I mean, that's kind of what Terrence Crawford did. He didn't like what the Aerospace had to say, so he bounced. I mean, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? But that's just how it is. That's how it goes. No, man, me and South Paul, we talk all the time, but like never in person. But that's my guy though. Um, Ortiz versus Green Machine. That is the best fight to see. Okay, Husky Slim, why is that the best fight to see? That's what I want to know. Why is it the best fight to see? You know what I'm saying? Explain to me that. Explain to me that. Why is that the best fight to see? Because I'm not interested at all in that fight. EP, what's going on, baby? Yeah, man, we here, man. We here, man. I had a hell of an interview this morning, man. But I was sick as hell, man. I was forgetting what I had to say to the guy. Hell of questions that I had, I was forgetting. I pushed through it, man. I had to call off 2 more interviews, man, because I was so damn sick, man. And but next Sunday, man, I'm back at it, man. I got Joseph Adano coming through here. I got Thomas Matisse, Gunnerman Matisse coming in here next week. I think I got Tay Jones coming through next week. I got Jalil Hackett coming through next week. So I got some great stuff coming on Sunday, man. If everything works out to the favor of God, man, that have me healthy, man, and not tired as hell and sick. Hopefully I can make that happen. I mean, did he test Bud that much for real though? Like, did he really test Bud that much, Hershey Slim? Like, what round did he get knocked out in? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he had a rough start. I mean, you know what I'm saying, rough couple of rounds. But come on, man, did he really? You know what I'm saying? Did he really do much? Like, okay, it wasn't called a knockdown. So I mean, it really wasn't a knockdown. It was more of a push than a knockdown. So I mean, I'm not really. I don't really care too much for Green Machine for real, man. I think Virgil Ortiz needs a bigger name. He needs a bigger name. I mean, you don't go from Maurice Hooker to the Green Machine. You know what I'm saying? It just don't happen like that. And who has the Green Machine fought since Terrence Crawford? That's you know what I'm saying? That's another question I have. You know what I'm saying? See, 8th round, that ain't nothing. You know what I mean? Like 8th round, he made it to the 8th round. So he got figured out. Like right after the little push down, knockdown, whatever you want to call it. Right after that, man, he figured him out quick. And he put him away. You know what I'm saying? I could see if it went 12 or 11. It went to 8 rounds. Phil J, 508. What's going on, big dog? Salute to you, family. DJ, beam in, man. Beam in, man. Salute to you, family. Green Machine was one who had a draw with Ray Robinson, who I thought won. Thank you, Jay Dixon. Thank you. That's the point I'm making, right? That right there. Now, if he should fight anybody, it should be Ray Robinson. You know what I'm saying? Because we knew Ray Robinson really won that fight. You dig what I'm saying? Ortiz versus Thurman would be a good fight. I think it would be a good fight. I think Virgil Ortiz will win because of his body punching abilities. You know what I'm saying? The way he goes to the body, I think he finishes Thurman, man. Thurman body ain't hitting on nothing right now. I'm saying that's a decent name for Ortiz to move him in the right direction. Anyone else I don't feel he's ready for. I mean, he got to be ready for him now, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? They got to push him into that fire. Maurice Hooker is a better fighter than the Green Machine, in my opinion. I think that he's a better fighter than the Green Machine. I mean, yeah, Taylor Bell, man, I am. I'm fucked up right now, but I had to. The show must go on, man. I had to push through, man. For real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Consistency, man, is what pays off. You know, if I would have went to sleep, man, you know what I mean? It'd have been hard to come back and get everybody back in. So I had to just push through. Yeah, Thurman would stop Ortiz? No. I don't think that'll go down. For sure, for sure, for sure. DB, what's going on, baby? Salute, man. Hey, DB. Thursday, you know we talking about MMA, man. But you got to be man talk about your boy, man. Your boy was pointing at everybody and got knocked out, man. What the hell happened to your boy last night? But so the fight that I want to see this year, man. I want to see Jamal James versus Jerron Ennis. That's the fight I want to see. But you know the fight that could happen, that should happen, because they're under the same umbrella, same promotion company. I think Rashidi Ellis, Virgil Ortiz. That's the fight I want to see. I want to see if Rashidi Ellis can stay on the outside and not fold into the pressure, and I want to see if Virgil Ortiz can make him fold under the pressure. Y'all think Thurman is not a top welterweight because he's, but no, this is what I'm saying though, man. If you seen that fight with Manny Pacquiao was punishing him to the body. I think Virgil Ortiz is way stronger than Manny Pacquiao right now. Thurman got popped, but I don't think he stops him. Thurman gets a couple rounds and runs, but I mean, dude, the way that dude fight and he cuts the ring off. Shit, it's hard. It's hard to say, man. It's hard to say that. It's hard to say that. You know what I mean? It's hard to say that when that dude was cut the way he cut the ring off, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. He's a good fighter. I can't lie and say he's not a good fighter. I think he beats Keith Thurman, man. Right? I don't think Keith Thurman about shit no more, man. You know, so I used to like Keith Thurman, but that's true. That's true. I got a couple of homies on Golden Boy, so I don't want to shit on them. But I think with Rashidi Ellis and Virgil Ortiz, they need to fight. That's the fight that should happen. That's the easiest fight to make. You know what I'm saying? Two undefeated guys under the same umbrella. That should be the fight to make. You know what I'm saying? I think that that'd be a good fight though. I just don't know, man. Keith Thurman, man. I mean, he lost me, man. With all this shit that he been doing, he lost me, bro. You come back, you fight Josecito Lopez, you barely win that fight. You get to fight Manny Pacquiao, you lose, and then you say, "Oh yeah, I'm ready for Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford now." So it's like, come on, bro. Like, shit's old, bro. Shit is old, man. I think it's all smoke and mirrors, man. I think he just want to just be relevant again. Pack fight was not a blowout, even with the knockdown. And trust me, I'm no Thurman fan. Dude, he was supposed to beat Manny Pacquiao handily. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way Manny Pacquiao should have been able to hang with him for that long. There's no way Manny Pacquiao should have been able to do what he did with Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman, man, he just be bullshit, man. You know what I'm saying? He's full of shit. And he still ain't fought nobody. He still ain't got in the ring yet. You know what I'm saying? It's been 2 years and he hasn't fought a fucking soul. So I don't understand why we think Keith Thurman is so special, man. I'm not big on Keith Thurman, man. You know what I'm saying? And he tried his best to get Ugas to fight him instead of Errol Spence. Like, let's be clear, man. We need the unification fight to go down because that kind of pushes Undisputed to happen. That kind of forces both parties to take it or leave it. So I'm excited for that part, man. Hey, Reg, man, be man, Reg. If y'all wanna be man, the link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. I'm gonna put it right back in there again. If y'all want to be man, the link is in the chat. But yeah, man. What the fight? Another fight I really want to see, dog, is Ron Ennis, Jamal Charles. That's the fight I want to see. But I don't know if he's with. I don't know if he's exclusively with Fox because all the fights that I seen him fight were on Fox, and I know that an exclusive deal has been made with Jerron Ennis and Showtime, so he's a Showtime fighter for sure. DJ, Keith Thurman wasted too much time chasing Floyd and ducking Spence. Yeah. No, for sure. But Floyd told him, like, if you fight Errol Spence, I'll fight you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that Floyd gave Andre Berto that fight. You know what I'm saying? I think Andre Berto deserved that fight, man. I mean, Andre Berto gave us some classics, man. And he went to war with folks. He kind of went to war too many times, but I think Andre Berto deserved that Floyd fight, man. And I'm happy he got it. Keith Thurman should have fought Errol Spence, man. He still should have fought Errol Spence. And it's like now that he don't have no belt, now he want to fight all these guys that have belts. And it's like when you had the belt, you had a chance, the opportunity to unify and be that guy, and you did not. You know what I'm saying? Because when he fought Danny Garcia and Sean Porter and all that, I was a fan. You know what I'm saying? I was a fan. But when he ducked out on Errol Spence, I couldn't get with that, bro. I couldn't get with it. And I will not get with it. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know how true this is, but they said Deontay Wilder took $10 million step aside money. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I do want that trilogy fight to happen. I think Deontay Wilder beats him this time, man. I really do. I think Deontay Wilder, man, is in the headspace right now where anybody gets in with Deontay Wilder, they're done. You know what I mean? And I just want to know, man, with this WBC belt, it's like Tyson Fury hasn't even done anything with that belt in a year. You know what I'm saying? And they haven't even like said anything about stripping him or nothing like that. So I'm kind of surprised about that. Let him starve. He ain't gonna fight him. Nah, fuck him. Yeah, man. Hey, listen. I'm happy Errol Spence ain't gonna fight that bum. You know what I'm saying? Because when he had a chance to fight Errol Spence, he didn't want to fight him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy. JB, what's going on, baby? Salute, man. Hey, join the panel, JB. You know how we get down. Yeah, bro. Keith Thurman's a fucking joke. Listen, that's one fighter I just don't like. There's a lot of fighters out here. He's one fighter I just don't like. I just can't stand the guy. I think he's corny. I think he's lame. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like the guy, man. I just don't like him. You know what I mean? I hate how he fights. I hate how scary he is. I just don't like the guy, man. Let me see. I'm torn. I want to see Thurman punished. Yeah, I do. I want to see him get punished, but I don't want to see him get that money fight from Errol Spence neither, though. JB, man, salute to you, my brother. How you feeling tonight, man?
Good, Kyle. I'm good. What we talking about? I just hopped on right now. He went live kind of early today.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I wasn't even gonna go live tonight, man. I was sick as hell, bro. Well, I am still sick, but I wasn't even gonna go live tonight, man. And Fred, he went off early today. So I was like, shit, man. He went off early. So I was like, man, shit, I gotta just go in. So I had went in. But yeah, man, we really just talking about we're really just talking about the weekend fights, the virtual Ortiz, if he should fight Terrence Crawford, or Sean Porter, or even somebody else. I mean, who do you think virtual Ortiz should fight next?
Nah, he need to stay away from Crawford and Spence. Well, Sean Porter, I believe Sean Porter don't want to fight him or keep Thurman. So the next big bet in line for him is to fight like somebody like Danny Garcia. Who else out there? Josito Lopez. Shit. Even you guys, if they can make that fight happen. Or Jamal James, one of them type dudes that's former world champions. Or you got a dude like Jamal James who in the top 10, who the WBA regular champion. Somebody like that. He need to stay far away from Spence and Crawford. Spence will stop him. Crawford will knock him out cold. And the thing with Spence gonna keep going. He gonna keep coming for 12 rounds. We haven't seen Roger Ortiz get hit yet. And I mean, he stopped Maurice Hooker, but Maurice Hooker is a 140-pounder coming up.
Hey, Maurice Hooker hurt him though.
Yeah, he did. But imagine if somebody like Bud Crawford did that or Earl Spence. That's a different story now.
Yeah. Salute to my dog, SF City Slicker, man. Salute to my brother for coming through here, man. Representing the Bay, man. Appreciate you, my boy. Hustle Sim said, I don't like Keith Thurman at all. I mean, at all. But I do want to see him and Terrence Crawford fight. Yeah, I'll see that fight. I want to see that fight. I want to see Terrence Crawford knock his fucking head off. Shit. I want to see that fight just so Terrence Crawford can knock his goddamn head off. That's the only reason why I want to see that fight. You know what I'm saying? And I hope they lowball his ass and he got to take whatever he can get. Ortiz not looking to fight Earl Spence until they're at 154. Okay. Ortiz not going to fight Jose Lopez. Got the same trainer. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Ortiz and Spence started in the same gym. They sparred a couple of times before. All right. So after Jaron Ennis knocked Sergey Lipin his head off, who do you want to see him fight?
And I already know. I want to say Danny Garcia or Thurman, but I know that Danny Garcia. Reason I don't think Danny Garcia will fight him is because they both from Philly, and he watched them basically grow up in the same gym. So I doubt that he will want to get in the ring with him and fight. Keith Thurman, I don't know if Keith Thurman is winning the fight. The younger up and coming contenders, the next generation of welterweight. So I think it's kind of hard. Like, it's kind of hard with these guys, with the younger guys, because I don't think the older guys is gonna give them a shot. So it's kind of hard. I can't really see who he gonna fight next. Maybe I don't know. You guys, honestly, I don't even know what Jaron is because I feel like dude's gonna start avoiding him. Like, you know, he real big. I mean, one day he might fight at 160, 168. So he a dangerous, high risk, low reward. So it's not really. I mean, I don't see like guys want to get in the ring with him, so it's kind of hard to say who wants to fight him or who should he fight next, because I feel like Sean Porter I don't feel like Sean Porter want to fight him because he trying to cash out. We're trying to get Bud Crawford in the ring or possibly a rematch with Earl Spence. So it's kind of hard to say who Bruce Ennis going to fight next or who he should fight next.
Yeah, the fight, it's like the fights that I want to see, man. I want to see the young guns go at it. I know that's not a possibility, but I do want to see some of the young guns go at it. I think that Jaron Ennis is the best out of all the young fighters coming out. I think that he's okay. The Majestic, man. What's going on, big dog? It's been a minute, man, since we last got down, man. What's going on?
What's up, family? How you feeling, bro?
DB.
This nigga DB switches fucking name every 5 minutes.
You feeling better, bro?
Nah, not really. I mean, I'm feeling better that I'm talking to y'all, man, but I'm tired as hell, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I was asleep the whole time, and like my wife was listening to the show, of course. And shit, man, Fred was like, he finna get off. And I looked at the clock like, man, I know this nigga did not wait till I was sick to say he finna get off early. I said,
Yeah.
I said, man, fuck it, I'm going live, man. So shit, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go live, man. And
we gotta do it. What up, JB?
What's good, DB?
Oh man, slow motion in the ocean, man. It was a good weekend of fights, man. We had some action, we had some entertainment, we had different fight cards, we had boxing on different stations, we had some MMA in the works. And listen, I gotta say that not necessarily impressed, but you know, I think Virgil Ortiz did what a lot of us thought he would do. He had a good opponent, and he went in there and he finished the way he was supposed to finish. When you have a wounded animal like that, you got to go in there and take advantage of it, you know. And he did. I think if they fought 3 times, it might be 2-1, Virgil. Virgil obviously got the first one. I think if they fought 2 more times, they might split. But I think right now that's not in the cards. Virgil is looking to move upward, and Mo is probably looking for something that's lateral. So for Mo, I think a good fight for him would be after Boots beats on what's his name?
Sergey Lipinets.
Lipinets. Yeah, I think Lipinets and Mo both coming off of losses. They can face each other for a chance at redemption and to get back in the win column. For Virgil Ortiz, a stylistic fight that I would have liked to see, and I know it can't happen because they're part of the same camp, but I would like to have seen him fight with Mikey Garcia. I think that would have been a big test for him, but a good move upwards. But obviously that can't happen. I believe right now that the young guys should stick with trying to fight the young guys and make their names. And I think the veterans could and should stick with trying to face each other. I think right now, Ray Robinson, Boots, Jamal James, Speedy Rashidi, I think those are the best young fighters along with Virgil. So I think those guys should try to find a way to mix it up. And I'm not really, if somebody's your training partner, that's one thing. But just because somebody's on the same network as you or have the same promoter or even the same manager, I don't think that's a reason for guys not to fight each other. So I think a lot of these fights can get made, but these guys just don't have the cojones that maybe previous generations have had. Or maybe the guys in the previous generations didn't really have the big balls that we thought they had. And we were just younger and didn't recognize that they were ducking. Not really sure. But I think that, Virgil, from what I've seen in his fights, he's highly efficient with his punches, blunt force. If you look at this, he's been fighting on Canelo's undercards. Now, granted, it probably has been pretty early, so he didn't have the same sort of the lights and everything, but still being in the locker rooms and just having all of the media there, I think that prepares you for when it's time for you to headline some events. But also having Mikey as a training partner, he beat Samuel Vargas, who's a solid opponent too. I think Samuel Vargas probably only got 2 or 3 losses to good named opponents. So I think, right now, man, things are looking good for him. You know what I mean? And being a Tex-Mex, everybody from Texas always going to ride hard for their people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter if they black, white, purple, yellow, whatever. If they from Texas, all of Texas going to get behind them. So, things are looking good for him, man. I think the mid-level guys like the Luis Cavazos or the Jesse Vargas or David Avanesian, guys like that, or Green Beans, if they're looking for a step up and they want him to take on a veteran, I think those would be some of the like wily veterans that he could get into the ring with. But I think after maybe 1 or 2 fights apiece, him and Boots can, after Boots beats, I keep forgetting his name. What's his name? Lipinets, Sergey. I think once Boots beats Sergey, maybe 1 more fight, and that'd be a nice buildup for Virgil and Boots. Could it happen in the next fight? Yeah, it could, but I think maybe 1 more fight apiece of them both beating somebody with a decent name, like I said, like a David Avanesian or a Jesse Vargas, that'll really catapult them, and then they can make a decent amount of money and have a good opponent. So, that's my piece.
Hold on, DB. Did you say Luis Colazo? He still fight?
Yeah, he fought last year.
He's like 40 years old. Man. I didn't know he still.
Yeah. Yeah, he fought last year. So, I think that was it. And then something else that you mentioned, JB, you mentioned, or maybe Kyle, you guys were talking about it a second ago, though. You said Danny Swift Garcia will be a good opponent for who?
Yeah, I said Boots, but I said I don't think that fight gonna happen because he seen him grow up in the gym and they both from Philly, so he like the next upcoming big name from
Ah,
Philly. So I don't think Danny will want to fight him.
No. That ain't why
right.
he. That's not why he don't want to fight him. That ain't the issue of them being from the same city and all that. That ain't why he don't want to fight him. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to see them hands. I know from being around that gym and being in Philly. Yeah, he don't want that. He don't want that Jerron Ennis smoke, man. He know what Jerron Ennis possess. You know what I'm saying? And if he was done like that by Errol Spence, stylistically, I mean, there's no way he can hang with Jerron Ennis stylistically. You know what I mean? Because Errol Spence gave him a lot of opportunities to do some shit. Jerron Ennis, man, Ennis dude's different, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think he's more ready for the big names than Virgil Ortiz is, in my opinion. I think that his skill set and his athleticism has him more ready for the big names more than Ortiz.
Yeah, I don't want these guys. See, if they both go more than 2 fights without facing each other, then they're gonna get on the same trip as Arrow and Sean and Terrence Crawford and Keith Thurman. It's all gonna get back to this. You know, I'm the A side, money talk, purse splits. It's gonna get to that bullshit if they go more than 2 fights without facing each other. So that's why I was saying it could either happen in their next fight or no more than 2 fights. But I think once they get to 3 or 4 fights apiece, you know, and they're not fighting the same opponents, then, you know, you'll have Virgil and Oscar and their whole team talking about we beat such and such, and that's a better resume than you. Who have you fought? And then vice versa. Boots and his team will end up saying the same thing. You know, we beat such and such and this person, and who have you fought? I'm the A side, I'm the A side. And then we got this same circle of nothing that's just going to keep happening in the sport. So I think, you know, we need to, with these platforms and these content creators, we need to start pushing for these guys to start at least mending them to get them closer together to fight pretty soon. But I don't know, man. I think so. Rashidi Ellis he's a Golden Boy, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And what gym is he out of?
Shit, I don't even know.
What city is Rashidi Ellis from?
But he's from like Massachusetts, but I don't think he fights out of Massachusetts though.
Got it.
Big Tank,
Okay.
salute to you, my brother, for sliding through, man. Welcome to the panel, my guy.
What up, Tank?
Yo, what's going on, brother?
Good to have you in here, man. Yeah. You know, we California thick again.
Yeah, bro.
I mean,
Been a rough couple weeks, but you know, we here with it.
I mean,
Yes, sir.
Y'all motivated me to get off my ass today, man. Cause I'm telling you, boy, I was halfway asleep, done. You know what I'm saying? Like, but shit, Fred got out, he cut the show early, so I said, man, shit. I gotta get off my ass, man, and try to figure something out. So DB,
Yeah. Yes, sir.
How do you like Terrence Crawford going up to 154 to fight Jermell Charlo?
I mean, do I think it'll be an entertaining fight for 5 or 6 rounds? Yeah, but I think that Jermell will probably stop Bud. You know, I think in terms of the boxing, the skills are, you know, the skills are a whole Bud for about 5 rounds. But you got to think, man, Bud has been knocked off of his center by lesser men, and Jermell is going to be, you know, bigger, stronger. It's not like Bud is going there fighting somebody where the skill level ain't the same. So you find somebody with an equal skill level, you know, jabs, cross hooks. I mean, everything it's all there. He can throw good combinations. He's got cardio. He's got height. He's got reach. All those things that Terrence is usually having an advantage over other people. He won't have all those advantages over Jermell. And Jamel's not only going to come in with the skill and the power and all of that, but he's also got something inside of his chest that's working in his favor. He got the heart, and he want to fight, and he's gonna fight. He's gonna bring the fight to Bud, and that'll be something that Bud has never faced before. Especially now, you have to fight better competition, because when you move up and you try to fight against a dude like that, then it's going to be bad for you. So right now is the time where he needs to get in there against those aggressive dudes like a Sean Porter. Take that fight while you can. Get in there with somebody who got popped behind their punches. I know Keith Thurman is a slut, but going to get in there with him. But these are the people that you need to fight before you move to 154. Otherwise, it's just not going to work in your favor.
JB, what you got on that one?
You already know. I rock with Bud, but I don't know about that. Going up and fighting Jermell Charlo on 154. Especially, I feel like,
Nigga, what you eating?
my bad. Nah, I feel like
got a jawbreaker in it.
Nah, I mean some pizza right now, but nah, that's not right now. Like Bud need to try to get the fight with Earl Spence. As far as moving up, nah. Especially to fight Charlo. That's not a good idea. But if Charlo somehow, Jermell Charlo decide to move up to 160, yeah, I can say.
Oh man. Go ahead, cuz. Go ahead. My bad.
No, I'm saying if
Damn.
Dude, JB gave us classic moments, boy. God damn. Oh man, my head hurt like hell, boy.
but, if you done threw me off.
Man, look at that. Nigga, read the chat. Oh shit.
Let's come back. Let's come back to me. I'm gonna listen to J.A. Dixon.
Hey, Hustle Slim. Oh man. Go ahead, Big Tank.
Yo, yeah. What was the question? You said. I think you said. Well, I didn't get a chance to touch on the because I jumped on because I heard the talk of the Virgil Ortiz Hooker fight, and
Yes, sir.
it's funny because I had all last night the first thing that I noticed was even before that fight took place, um, the narrative that some of the DAZN media was having, you can tell that they already had it stewing in the pot like gumbo, stirring it around, was Virgil Ortiz setting his sights on Terrence Bud Crawford, and the Maurice Hooker fight was, in some people's eyes, it seemed like they were just making that just a little bit more than just a formality. Once he got past this quote unquote test, then we can start talking about Virgil Ortiz versus Terrence Crawford, and even Errol Spence. Excuse me, in a legitimate way, and in boxing forums as a conversation that they can fight each other, and I find that kind of interesting because um, for years now we've heard that uh, Jaron Ennis has to do more, and he has to do even more than more, and then he has to do some more than that to even be in the conversation to be past the quote unquote "is he ready" narrative that these same boxing pundits continuously put out there. So after he um, deservingly got the win over Maurice Hooker, um, my personal uh, thoughts and focus went straight to, well, um, we, me, when I say we, we need to see um, Virgil Ortiz versus Jaron Ennis, and not down the line, not in a couple of fights, and not in some years from now. I mean, right now. Um, I want to see that fight after Jaron Ennis takes on Sergey Limpinets. Um, if he can get past that fight impressively, whether it be a 12-round shutout or an impressive stoppage at some point in the fight, then I think the talk, at least from my end, has now started to be Virgil Ortiz versus Jaron Ennis, and the winner of that fight uh, is the one we need to be talking about, who finally deserves one of those champions, whether it be Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, or Ugas, for that matter. So that's how I'm looking at it. I'm not going to follow their narratives. I'm creating my own based off what I've been hearing and what I've been seeing with my eyes. Um, there's still other fighters in the division that are working their way up to that championship level status, like Rashidi Ellis, who you guys brought up. Also, Abdul Kakarov and Omar Figueroa Jr. You know what I mean? There's guys who are out here in the division outside of the quote unquote mega fight that's seemingly never going to happen because they can't come to the realization that they need to move out of their own way to make the fight happen. We can put it on one guy or the other, but at the end of the day, there are two fighters involved in this, and there's two camps involved in this, and those camps have to come together to make an agreement. I don't want to buy into the fact that, well, this guy is calling all the shots, or that team is calling all the shots, and the other person and the other team need to just fall in line and get in where they fit in. And then if they don't, we're going to blame it all on that camp or that person. It's two sides. And if we want to see that coin in the machine to make the fight, then they have to come to the agreement together. Not one side trying to bully or impose their own will on the other side, and then we just sit back and be like, well, should have listened to the big dog. You know what I mean? And if that's the case, then you know what? Fine, move out the way. And then you young guys, I hope y'all learning from the mistakes that these guys are making, because if they miss out on this, they're missing an opportunity on a mega fight. And don't you guys blow your opportunity to make a mega fight for yourselves as you carve out your own lane in this sport. I think that's the way that I'm looking at it in terms of the welterweight division. As far as if the mega fight that never was in Errol Spence and Crawford doesn't happen, then the question was Bud moving up to 154, possibly before Errol Spence even does, right? And I think that would be, if I think about it, actually pretty intriguing. It's actually interesting if you think about it. If Bud moves up to 154 pounds before Errol Spence does, and somehow, for whatever reason, the stars align and everything works out, and he somehow gets a fight with Jermell Charlo, and somehow he beats him. what does that leave? Where does that put Bud at? You know what I mean? I know it's easy to say there's no way he can move up and beat Charlo. That's we're not even gonna think that way. You know what I mean? That's how Stephen A. Smith said that's a 9, that's a 10, that's a 11, that's a 12, right? But the other flip side of that is, well, what if he does? And what does that put Errol Spence moving forward if he moves up after Terrence Crawford to 154, which he has already put out. That is definitely his plan after 1 or 2 more fights at 147. And if that be the case, and he moves up, and Terrence Crawford has a belt or 2 or 3 at 154, are we going to be here in a couple of years revisiting the possible fight between them two? And in that case, would the roles be reversed, and who is the person and who is the team dictating what the other one should do? So that's what makes that intriguing. Outside of that, you know, that as we always heard, styles make fights, and you know, heart trumps all that, and intelligence trumps heart, and discipline trumps all. So, you know, we'll see what happens as we move forward. But you know, for me right now, when it comes to the welterweight division, I'm looking at it from the aspect of Virgil Ortiz, Jaron Ennis, and there's nothing else to talk about. I don't want to hear about Virgil Ortiz. Now he has cemented his place in the narrative of he deserves a shot at the champs with his 17th fight, and Jaron Ennis, he's going to have to get a couple more fights and probably get his 30th fight before he's considered to be in that same conversation. I say let the two of them fight, and the winner takes the next big step. And if the loser of the fight later on puts himself in a position to get a rematch later on, then that narrative or that quote unquote buildup will already be built in to a second fight, and then that one could be the mega fight that Spence versus Crawford never was.
For sure. Let me. I gotta touch on something real quick though. Joe, Boots is not with the PBC. He's not a PBC fighter. He has an exclusive deal with Showtime. That's totally different. Al Heyman is not his advisor. So it's not the same. He is his own, well, not his own promoter, but he has a relationship with Cameron Duncan and Steven Espinoza. So he has nothing to do with the PBC. He just fights on Showtime like everybody else fights on Showtime. So that's no different. But Metrics R, man, salute to you, my brother, for stopping through here, big dog. Box fans, salute, big dog. Appreciate you for sliding through. Yeah, man. So yeah, Sir Reggie Owens in the house, man. Salute to you, my dog. What do you have on Virgil Ortiz, who he should fight next?
Man, I agree with what was stated, man. He needs to be moving along the lines of facing a Jaron Boots Ennis. I don't think he should be jumping the gun on facing any of the veterans. He needs to take his time, slow down a little bit, as there are levels to this boxing thing, and it's hard for a lot of warriors, competitive people, to accept that fact. You know, in the heart of men, you're gonna feel like you can take on any guy that is out there, and you don't want to view it as somebody being above you. Their talent and skill levels are above you, and to kind of look at it for any kind of warriors to look at, damn, I got to accept the fact that someone can whoop my ass. And it just happens to be the case. I think on boxing side of things, we don't view it. In the martial arts realm of things, they place this into the degree of belts that a person earns. And sometimes fighters need to face that. And Virgil Ortiz has to understand that. I know he may look at certain things, just like we all may look at certain things in the ring and thinking this person can beat that person. But that whole talk of there's levels to the game is very true. And the levels to the game is the same way that other arts factor things into the levels of a belt or the degrees of a belt. And what he faced against Maurice Hooker, it showed that as this being a step up, the resistance among competition is going to become greater. And there's some things he needs to take his steps at facing these different challenges and adversities before going to the top, because the top guys in welterweight are dangerous, even the ones who suffered a defeat. He'll face a hell of a time facing Danny Garcia, an extremely hell of a time facing a Sean Porter, a Keith Thurman, even a Josesito Lopez. So I think he needs to take his steps through it. Him and Jaron Ennis ought to be the next things that are up in place. But that's my thoughts on it. He faced a tough fight. And even being in there, the way he was caught with a few of those punches from Maurice Hooker, who ain't known for being the biggest of punchers, and coming up into the division, he's going to face a hell of a time against these other dudes if they pull some Fernando Vargas stuff with him. And he has slow. He's 22. The dude is 20. I didn't even know he was that damn young. Like, he has time. And he doesn't have to go super slow, but just take the appropriate steps. Move your career the right way. Before you touch them belts, you got to fast track it. You got to take on them challenges. Ain't no slow rolls once you start touching belts. But that's my thoughts on him.
So what's the next ideal matchup for Virgil Ortiz in your opinion?
Oh, it definitely got to be the winner if Jaron Ennis takes the win, facing someone at that level. Jaron Ennis, who else is out there? If Sergey Lipinets face Sergey Lipinets. You got Josesito Lopez out there, face one of the Figueroas. Challenge yourself right there. But he should take these gradual step-ups, because Maurice Hooker, being his toughest test, you need to go to the next level that's above where he may be.
Okay. P. Good. They have the same trainer, so that fight can't happen. Hey, Tone Brown, man. Salute to my brother, man. I done missed you coming through here, man. My bad, big dog. But yeah, man. So if y'all had a choice, y'all have your own card, right? And y'all can make 3 big fights. You got your main event, your co-main, and your main event. I mean, your regular fight, your co-main, and your main event out of the welterweight division. Name those fights. Name the fights that you have. JB, DB, Tank, and then Reg.
You said the main event.
You can do your you got your regular fight, your co-main, and your main event.
Okay, the regular
Well, what
fight.
is this now? What is the question?
Okay, so out of 147, you make your regular fight, your co-main, and your main event. Go ahead, JB.
For the regular card, I would have. I'm gonna do the Sean Porter versus Danny Garcia, the rematch on the regular card, and then the co-main event, I would do. I'm gonna do Jaron Ennis, Boots Ennis versus Jamal James, and then for the co-main event, and then for the main event, I'm gonna do Bud Crawford versus Earl Spence.
Okay, I like that card. DB.
I would have, as my regular fight, I'd have Mikey versus DSG, Garcia versus Garcia. For the co-main, I would have Sean Porter versus Boots Ennis to see if Boots could handle that pressure, or to see if Sean could take Boots' pressure. And then in the main, I would have Errol Spence Jr. versus Speedy Rashidi. I'm kidding. I'd have Errol Spence versus Bud Crawford.
Okay. Big Tank.
Let's see. I'll have my regular fight. I'll have Jaron Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz. For my co-main event, I'll have Ugas versus But I have Ugas versus Terrence Crawford. And then for my main event, I'll have Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman.
Okay. That ain't too bad. That ain't too bad. Sir Reggie Owens.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was gonna go with Ennis Ortiz, but that one's been taken twice. I'll put Ortiz against that. I don't know what European country that dude from, but the white dude Stenosis. Him versus Ortiz. I think their styles would be a perfect matchup. I'd rather have Ennis, but it's been used a couple of times. I just want to throw that name on there. Jamal James versus Ugas, and then Earl Spence versus Crawford.
They already fought, Reggie. The rematch.
Who fought?
Ugas and James.
Yeah, the rematch. Yeah, let them rematch it. Nothing wrong with a rematch.
Okay. So my regular fight is Jaron Ennis, Jamal James. The co-main event is Sean Porter versus Terrence Crawford. And the main event is Earl Spence versus Manny Pacquiao. That's what I got.
Yeah, I'm with you, Kyle. I'm off the Bud Truth talk. I'm off that until they get on board. I'm not even gonna entertain that until they figure out their mess. You know what I'm saying? I think that's unfair to the fans. For them, you know, they can do it how they want to do it, and they can treat it and move how they want to move. But you know, from the outside looking in, you know, we're not in the inner sanctum of the decision making process. But on the outside looking in, it seems like they're putting their individual brands over the boxing fans and what they know the boxing fans want to see. So, and that's one way or the other. Whether you have, and it's fair. And for the record, it's all fair. You know what I'm saying? It's fair for one side to say, I've done this, so I deserve nothing less than that. So that's all fair and game. But for the way that they treat it in the media when it comes to being asked the questions, both sides seem very disinterested in fighting the other side. I don't care what anybody says. They can choose which side they like to hear versus the other side and who has done this and who has done that. But the fact of the matter is, neither side seems all that interested in fighting each other lately. They seem more irritated than interested with fighting each other.
That's a fact.
Even when they ask the question. So if they're irritated, then I'm irritated. We're talking about it. So hell no, they're not going to be in my main event. I don't want to hear their names being linked together until they start to talk about, you know what? We need to have this fight. We want to have this fight, and we will make this fight happen one way or the other. When I start to hear that kind of talk, then I'll start to talk about pairing their names together again, using my voice and my platform to do so. Until then, that they say it's dead, so I say it's dead.
For sure.
Hey, real talk, Tank. Real talk. Let me change my main event. Fuck it. let me put Earl versus Thurman up in there because that shit right there gotta happen. That's my main event.
Fuck Keith Thurman, man.
Hey, but he gotta do it same way. I want to see another big one. Man, let me do mine's over. Sorry about that. Let me do mine's over.
Hey, but that makes sense though, Kyle. I mean, fuck Keith Thurman. That's one of the main reasons why everybody is saying fuck Keith Thurman is because of the situation with him and Errol Spence. And what's better way to solve that than for them two to fight each other?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Let me do my whole shit over. I want to do Stenosis versus Ortiz, Deontay Wilder versus
nigga welterweight 147.
Oh shit.
Damn, man. I mean, Deontay Wilder, he a small heavyweight, but not that damn small. My nigga squeeze into what's
Oh shit!
It's the skinny legs. I thought it was 147 shit.
Yeah, right.
Damn, Red, you really want Deontay Wilder to catch a body, huh? God,
yeah. He killed one of these niggas. All right, I want to do mine's over. I'm gonna put Stenosis versus Ortiz.
Man, who the hell is Stenosis, man?
You ain't never seen that big ass Terminator looking white dude? Man, you ain't seen that white boy? Man, that white boy bad, man. That white dude bad. Who else? I want to see Jaron Ennis. I think Jaron Ennis can probably go up a level. Have him to
Against
face.
Anthony Joshua.
No. I'm gonna make Jaron Ennis versus Jamal James, and then we'll make Earl Spence versus Keith Thurman.
Oh man. All right, so okay, this is what I have for y'all, right? This is the question I got. All things being even, who do y'all think is not mentioning these two names together? Because Tank sound he sound frustrated than a motherfucker. We're talking about these two niggas, so we're not gonna match these two niggas together. I'm gonna say, who is Errol Spence's hardest test? Not mentioning Terrence Crawford, and who is Terrence Crawford's hardest test? Not mentioning Errol Spence. We'll start off with JB.
Man, it's hard right here. Hardest test for Earl and Bud. I mean, can I say I don't really see no hardest test? And I honestly don't. Like, Keith Thurman don't want to fight Earl Spence. He already done beat Danny Garcia. He already done beat Sean Porter. I mean, unless you include Bruce Ennis, or I mean, that's really it. Like, I don't really see no hardest test at 147 for him. For Bud Crawford, I mean, Sean Porter, I guess, for now. I mean, that's on paper, it's supposed to be a hard test for him, but I mean, when they get in the ring, it could be a whole completely different story. So, I mean, I would say nobody for Earl Spence at 147, and I guess I would say Sean Porter for Bud at 147.
Okay. DB.
I would say out of everybody that's at 147, the toughest test for Errol Spence Jr. will probably be Manny Pacquiao. Manny's got the speed, combinations, the experience, and also the IQ. So I think those would just probably be the toughest test for Errol, still with Errol reigning supreme.
Okay, who's the toughest test for Bud Crawford?
Anybody with a heartbeat. It would probably be Keith Thurman. Yeah, I think Bud sees something in Keith Thurman that makes him not want to fight him. Otherwise, he would have put Keith Thurman's name on his resume, especially since Errol can't get Keith. That would have been one for him. It would be either that or he hasn't been looking to get back in the ring with Ugas since they fought, in the earlier years. So, but yeah, those would be the ones. Twos, threes.
Big Tank.
Yeah, I'm over here cheating off with DB's test over here, and I'm about to get in trouble with the teacher for writing his name on my fucking check on my damn test and shit. Copying so hard. But that's actually my answer is no bullshit, is that it's gotta be Manny Pacquiao for Errol Spence, because Manny won't be afraid of the moment. Manny has the experience. He's been on the top of the top level. He's actually the only guy that I think Errol would look at as a test to himself, even though I personally believe that Errol would beat Manny Pacquiao, or he should be able to beat Manny Pacquiao. But I think that's the fight for Errol, because Errol wanted to fight Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman to me, did the right thing in fighting Pacquiao because of that. But that had to be more of the WBA thing than anything else for me. I don't like that split title shit that they have. But that gave them a chance to unify that WBA title at that moment. And Earl would fight Pacquiao, uh, knowing that he has an opportunity to elevate his status and take that quote unquote pay per view step even further up. And then for Terrence Crawford, it would be Keith Thurman. Stylistically speaking, that's one thing. Uh, Obviously, the styles that the two of them have. They both have a high boxing IQ. They both can crack with either hand. And but the thing that stands out to me when it comes to Keith Thurman is I don't believe that Keith Thurman will be intimidated by Terrence Crawford, and I think that a lot of his opponents are intimidated by him before they even get into the ring with him. That's why we wanted to see uh, the mega fight happen because we know Errol ain't intimidated by no damn body, and that was proven a fact by his sparring session with Floyd Mayweather before he was even Errol Spence, and we got word that he was the one that gave Floyd that black eye. So um, I think that Keith Thurman would be similar in that way when it comes to Terrence Crawford. I don't think he's afraid of Terrence. I don't think he is overly impressed with Terrence, and I believe that he knows in his heart or in his mind that he can beat Terrence Crawford. So uh, I like to see what happens when Terrence Crawford gets in the ring with a guy that's like that. You know what I mean? But um, that is, of course, with the caveat of Thurman having he would have to have been in the ring enough to not come in there rusty. You know what I mean? Being off for 2 years. Same thing with Manny Pacquiao. Being off for 2 years doesn't bode well for either of them. I'm only speaking hypothetically with that caveat that they both get some fights. You know what I mean? And then because Terrence Crawford, say what you want about him. Errol Spence, say what you want about him. They've actually been fighting. So whereas Pacquiao and Thurman hasn't fought anybody since they fought each other.
For sure, for sure. Sir Reggie Owens.
Man, I got the same opponent being the toughest opponent for both these dudes, and that being Sean Porter. I think Sean Porter is the toughest test Earl has faced. Being in their fight was a super, super, super tough fight. It was very, very close throughout that fight until the knockdown being scored. But it was a very difficult fight, and I think Bud faced the same challenges against Sean Porter. And to me, I think Sean Porter is right in his prime, getting much better and becoming that much difficult in the fight. And I think that's why Bud is doing everything he can to steer away from Terrence Crawford. I mean, not from Terrence Crawford, but Bud steering away from Sean Porter as he knows the type of threat that Sean Porter can be. Sean Porter adding little ripples of boxing, but if he come in here with this rough style, type tactics that he used, he can pull Bud away from what benefits him, and Bud falls into his type of fight. And that may not be beneficial for Bud, but I think either way, Sean Porter poses a threat to both of the guys. Matter of fact, Sean Porter posed a threat to everybody he didn't face in the welterweight division. But for Bud and Earl, it's definitely Sean Porter to me.
For sure, for sure. I think the hardest test for Earl Spence, it's either Jaron Ennis or Sean Porter, and I think the same goes for Terrence Crawford. I think because the thing about Jaron Ennis is he's a big guy. You know what I mean? He's not a little guy. So I think that'd be a great test for them too, man. I think that that'd be a hell of a fight either way. How impressed were you guys with the cruiserweight out of the UK. How impressed were you guys with his performance? We'll start with JB.
I didn't even see the fight. I was watching Better Be. I didn't even see that fight, so I'm gonna pass.
All right, DB.
Coley, yeah, I was watching the fight, but I was also watching some MMA simultaneously. But I was listening to Reggie's commentary. He seemed pretty solid. I think he's got a promising future, but I'm not. That's probably the division I know the least about. You know what I mean? Like in terms of who he could fight next. Looking at him, it seems like, I mean, because he's young and he's kind of got that same, what is his name? Not, is it Joe Joyce? No. What's the Nigerian guy's name? Efe Ajagba. He's like Efe Ajagba, but I think he'll probably be better. Efe's probably got more strength than he does, like more knockout power, but Okoli's got more boxing skills. So I think, I don't know, in the next 2 or 3 years, he's going to be a heavyweight, and I think he'll do pretty well there. So.
For sure. Big Tank.
I haven't had a chance to watch the cruiserweight fights from this weekend yet.
Okay. Sir Reggie Owens.
Yes, sir, man. Matter of fact, this was I got to start off giving Okolie his praise, but this is one of the things I was hitting on Fred's show about the cheap way that people become champions. But Okolie, in this fight, he fought a flawless fight. It was very flawless. He fought as a tall fighter, being he has this huge advantage over many opponents there. He's like 6'6" or something like that. Like an 80, what is his reach? Something like 80, 85-inch reach or something like that. So he's a lengthy dude. So in this fight, he fought with range. He utilized the jab, utilized good movement. This guy couldn't touch him. And he's fighting a southpaw. He controlled everything. The foot placement, he made sure he kept his foot to where this guy couldn't get on the inside of his, which stopped the dude from being able to kind of lunge in with his shots. Okolie controlled everything from the feet to the jab and the movement. Brilliant type performance. But the thing I was saying on Fred thing about why these belts a lot of times don't mean crap is that a lot of people coming into these vacant opportunities. This was for a vacant belt. Now, how did this dude who Okolie goes in here to fight gets an opportunity to fight for a vacant belt? The last time this dude Glowwick fought, he ended up getting knocked out. He ended up getting stopped by Bradis, who I think Bradis does Okolie have Okolie's undefeated, but Bradis beat somebody else. So this dude lost to Bradis back in 2019. Well, let me go back his box rec. He lost to Bradis June 2019. Doesn't come back to fighting until yesterday. How is he fighting for a damn championship? And that's the problem in the sport of boxing. So Okolie came in here to fight a guy who's been close to 2-year layoff to fight for an open belt. That's the BS. And now Okolie's a champion. How does he earn that? And that's the problem. But outside of that, his performance was brilliant. That guy couldn't do nothing. Couldn't even touch him. And then the knockout, beautiful setup on that knockout. But once again, the other asterisk is these vacant titles and the people who get the opportunity of facing. You got a guy who's built as the top in this division. He's backed by a huge name promoter. So he has the promotional backing. And then this is the opponent they find. That's the same thing with that girl who fought yesterday, who looked brilliant. Oscar De La Hoya put her in a fight in the last time she was in the ring where she beat this girl in 7 seconds. Oscar found a girl for her to look good against who only had 5 damn fights in her career. And she was 42 years old. Every person that girl fought had been 4 to 5 fights was against people in their debuts. And then her 5th opponent before fighting Senice Estrada was a girl who was 0-2. Well, only 2 fights on the record and all losses. And then Oscar put her in the ring against this girl with high level skills. She beat the brakes off that woman in 7 seconds. So this the type of felonious crap that's pulled off in boxing.
For sure, man. Hey, listen, man, I appreciate y'all boys, man, for sliding through, man, and helping your boy out. We're gonna do these final words, man, because my head is starting to pound like heavy again. So JB, man, send us out. Then we'll go DB, Tank, then Reggie Owens.
Show, man. Good show as usual. Good night to everybody.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my brother JB, man. Big Tank, Sir Reggie Owens, and my brother Kyle, man, the big head guy with the big headache. Man, peace and love to y'all, man. Shout out to the brother Nova representing H Money in the building, the Sweet Science Examiner. I see California always representing like we do for each other, man. Mr. Tennessee himself, Hustler Slim in the building. Highly anticipated in the building too. J.A. Dixon got the chat blowing and controlling the trolls. Let's see who else we got in there. Damon Walker, what up, D Walk? And Tino the Great, P Good, and the rest of the family in the chat, man. Catch y'all tomorrow. Barbershop Conversations, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's just gonna be fellas in there chopping it up, and then got some interviews coming up later on in the week. But thanks for keeping the streak going, Kyle. Appreciate you.
For sure, man. For sure, man. Big Tank.
Yes, sir. Also, salute to JB, the Majestic. DB. Boxing Conversation with Reggie Owens, my brother. Who was that? H Money, my brother. Hustle Slim, and everybody else that's in the chat tonight. You know, everybody that's watching on the replay. Salute to all y'all. And please, y'all be safe out there in the streets. Salute to my my student who, a former student of mine who was killed by the police on March 9th. You know what I mean? To his family and loved ones. Salute to all y'all. You know, you young people out there, be careful with the decisions that you make. Make wise moves. And just be safe out there, you know. It's the streets is a dangerous place, and when you're out there, you gotta use your brains when you're out there with the wolves, because the police they're a big pack of wolves themselves. So be cognizant of that. With that being said, once again, salute the brother Kyle. The boxing section is the place to be. First thing in the morning, midnight. You already know what it is. The brother works through his own situation where he's not feeling well, like a champion. You know what I'm saying? Kobe Bryant-esque. You know what I mean? In that way. And you know, as far as me, y'all can find the Sweet Science Examiner on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and peace, blessings, and respects to all y'all. Everybody be safe out there.
So, Big Reg.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Damn, that's hard to follow up on that one, Tank. And I'm going to put that video up, too. I'm still trying to edit that one. But damn, I was about to talk about some LA shit that I was tripping about that people used to do. And I was tripping off about how, you know, the little intricate shit that, you know, is just so LA. And I was thinking about back when as a kid, used to watch cats who would drink like an OE. And anytime they like the gangster cats, and every time you look at an OE bottle, they'll always cross out shit, marking like hood representation. Certain letters in there, they crossing out. If it's an enemy hood, it could be an O, it could be an H, it could be an E, a T, and they cross that shit out. And I was just thinking about some of the just way out different shit that people do in LA. Certain hoods will change a C to a B and things like that. But it's just funny little intricate things about LA, man, that separates us from a lot of places in the world. But man, it's always good. California brothers in here and brothers from all over this country, man. Not even just in America, man, but people all over the continent or all over the globe, shall I say. But thanks for coming through. Keep tuning in, catching this boxing talk, and another great show, Cal.
Appreciate y'all boys for coming through here, man. another one like the other one, man. Same super heated, you know. We just gonna keep coming with this content, man. Keep being consistent, man, and we're gonna keep working. I really appreciate y'all boys, man. I'm telling you, boy, my head was hurting all day. And it stopped for about an hour and a half. So with that being said, man, keep our foots on these niggas' necks at all
Keep the
times.
swine out your mouth.
Dude, you know I haven't
sir.
ate, bro. Listen, I ain't get sick till I stopped eating bacon. So I
There
don't
you
know. I might have to go back to eating bacon, man.
No, your body's
Don't
adjusting.
do it.
Your body's adjusting to not having constant worms.
Tell him, Tank.
Man, boy, I haven't ate bacon in about a week, bro. And
That's like an alcoholic or a crackhead saying that they don't feel good after they stop doing their drug of choice.
Yeah.
Your body's gonna go through changes as it goes through withdrawals. That's all.
man,
And then after
Cows-
that, you go ahead and cut that shrimp out and that all them shellfish and all that other stuff out too. But it's one thing at a time, one food before the other.
Yeah, those sea roaches. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, Kyle seen it when I posted on my IG. He went right past it. You know what I'm saying? He said, pork education, no thank you. I seen as soon as he viewed it, he was like, no thank you.
That's
Hey.
funny.
Yeah.
listen, man.
It's not
My
easy,
God.
bro, but it's a one step at a time. I
love
mean,
it.
I never was a pork eater, even growing up. Like bacon, I didn't even like that white fat or whatever that shit is that was on the side of it and all. I never was a pork guy. The most I ever did was on when I was growing up was eat the glazed hams, but even that was it wasn't even that, you know what I mean? But my biggest hurdle when I last weaned myself off the swine was pepperoni pizza. You know what I'm saying? A pepperoni. But once I figured out, oh, you know what I mean? I can like other types of pizza. That I found some other mixes that I like. You know what I mean? That was done deal.
Listen, man, I ain't giving up on pork. I just haven't ate it in a week. You know what I'm saying? let's be clear about that. Let's be clear about that, man. You know what I mean? Listen, there's one thing about the pig, man. It's delicious. You know what I mean? It's so delicious. But listen, man, make sure y'all check out Tank. Whenever you do your movie page, man, please let us know, man, so we can support that, man. We're looking forward to that for sure. Make sure y'all constantly check in with Reggie Owens, man. Of course, check in with my boy JB, man. You know what I mean? And listen, man, we're gonna see y'all soon, man. Appreciate y'all for coming through, man, and continue to support us as the channel grows, man. We got some great things happening. Super Sundays, man. Every day, every Sunday, man, we're gonna have a couple of interviews going. So hit that bell icon, like and subscribe, man. And I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. We're gonna holler at y'all mañana. And before we go, man, we're gonna see y'all with the outro, man.
Got the roots, he let the beats build, bitch, and we never switch. Even if I'm rich, I'll be broke like I'm Mitch. Niggas talking down, but that's headed in the wrong direction. But I knock that shit out like the boxing section, cause they can't touch what they can't see. All I gotta do is be the same me. All I gotta do is keep it cheap, always be the same me. While I'm solid, boy, they can't change me, no.